One of the many clues to assess the age of a Japanese sword is the condition of the nakago, the tang. And so this particular sword, which is in very interesting ray skin mounts, has a very interesting nakago. And we'll talk a little bit about it here. So we're going to look at the condition of the nakago to sort of get an idea of how long this sword was and possibly how old and how many times it was mounted. We're going to zero in here on the machi. That is where the habaki secures the blade to the rest of the fittings. And you can see the hamon line stops right about, well, it goes all the way through where the habaki would cover. And so we know the sword has been shortened because of that. Now, if you look at the patina, there's a change in color right about there. And so if you move the habaki over to here, you can see, oh, this is where it was originally mounted, so it was shorter then. And then that lines up really nicely with where that hole is for the mikugi. Now, if you keep on going down, you can actually see a change in the color of the patina right here as well. And so once upon a time, that habaki was sitting right there and the sword was mounted and it was even longer. And then you see that line right there. This is yet another place where the sword was mounted in the past. And once again, it would have been wider at that time, but then they had thinned it out when they did the suriage or the shortening. And then this is another hole right here. So we know the sword was at least blade length that long. So it was much longer. It was probably an extra 8 inches longer than it is now. So once again, a way to both sort of get an idea of the length and also how old the sword is based upon how the patina looks.